Hey there, this is Rad Fox, and I'm just going to show you a video of how I clean my car, how I basically wash it per se. And I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to say this is not the way how to do it, and prescribe a 10-step method of how you're supposed to wash your car. So the controversy is that for all the trim pieces and for all the paint on the car, all the painted pieces, I'm going to use instant detail. And then just for the wheels, I'm going to use soapy water and then instant detailer to finish them off. The risk that you run with just using the instant detailer is that, if your car's really dirty, you run the risk of, putting scratches in your paint, light micro scratches into your paint. I did this with my GTI, and for the 8 months I had it, the car looked brand new. Now, truthfully, I don't know what the long-term effects of this may be. I don't know how bad it could possibly, look after several years of doing this. But even if it did have a lot of fine micro scratches, I could always just buff the car out again and take them out. But with the instant detail on the car, with it always clean like this with the instant detailer, it looks clean and new. Now, because the wheels do get so dirty, so much brake dust and all kinds of crap on them, again, I do use the soap and water and a brush, and it's too hard to do it with the instant detailer because you're going to end up having to use a lot of instant detailer and a lot of microfiber towels because it's so dirty. So again, I think that using the water there just makes sense. So the first thing I do is do the wheels. I clean the wheels, all four wheels, and then I start on the rest of the body. So I clean the outside of the lug nut covers first before I pull them, just because I've seen when I pulled them before they're wet or clean, that they get all scratched up in there. When you pull those out, they slide on the dirt and scratch the heck out of those holes. And so the next thing I'm going to do is clean behind the spokes, right? Because there's a lip in there, and it collects all kinds of garbage, and you really want to clean that. And you really want to be wet when you do it. Because if you're pushing in there and it's dry, it's not wet enough, it's going to scratch the crap out of it. Now that all the major dirt has been removed, now I'm going to go ahead and use an instant detailer on a rag. I'm still removing excess water right now. So right now it's really wet, and I'm just sort of drying it up, making sure that I've really got all the major dirt off everything. Then I'll come back again with another rag, another microfiber towel, and do like final polishing. So right now my favorite instant detailer is Mother's. I've tried a bunch of the other ones. I don't know. This one I like the smell. I like the way it feels. I like the way the car looks after it's been wiped down with it. I should wipe that now. Okay, so there it is. Back to gorgeous. Back to new. Beautiful, right? Now it's time for the next wheel, and I'm not going to bore you too much with any of this. It's pretty much the same stuff, so it's just a lot of cuts and hyper fast forwarding to the final solution. Looks great. All right, here's the next wheel. And then here is the finished product. Last wheel and finished product. So now I'm going to start with the body side panels. And I don't know if there's any right way to do this. The only thing that I worry about when I do the sides is that that runner piece that's on the bottom of the car, that is where all the dirt's at. That's where it gets the worst. Underneath the doors, right in the door jamb, that bottom piece. So that piece there, you probably should use a separate cloth to wipe it down with. a really wet instant detailer cloth to get all that done, and then switch out your cloths. And then, of course, I do inside the door jambs, everywhere up in there. Also the trim, the door trim, and the footwell, not the footwell area, but I guess you call it the footwell trim. I'll even wipe the instant detailer on there. Now, I haven't seen any negative effects with this stuff. I think it's safe for almost anything. Um, so after all the door jambs are cleaned, the panels are cleaned, obviously then it's on to the next side. It's the same thing all over again. And, you know, you can't really see here because I have done a bunch of cuts and edits to this, but I'm changing those cloths out, the microfiber towel cloths. You know, once one gets too dirty, it basically is just going to smear stuff around. So you really got to just keep rotating, but keep switching the sides of the cloth, and keep flipping it over quarters, and then keeping a dry, clean one around to do the polishing to get the residue off. And again, I'll do door panels and do everything because I really don't like Armor All and all those things. They're ridiculous. They just make everything all slippery and gross. So with this stuff here, the instant detailer, everything is just clean and dry. And that's the way I like it. It looks, you know, like a brand new car all the time. Again, I'm working in the door jam. After I get that side, I'll go over to this side, make sure the actually wet when I'm doing this. And then I'll go back here, make sure that the actual trim, weather strip is actually all clean, all up in here. Just basically wiping everything down. Yeah, you get the idea. So one place that I notice that gets really dirty is inside this weather seal here. Between this seal and the outside the door, this thing gets really nasty in here. So I wet a cloth with the instant detailer, got it really, really wet. And I'm just at least going to wipe down through there. And it's on the bottom as well. Alright. Let's see if I'm even looking at it. So here it is. Here. Okay, so it's new still, so it's not bad, but this really collects a lot of crap. Alright, so now I'm getting to the top and wipe all that down. And again, I'll just say that, you know, for my car, the most it usually gets on it is dust. I do park it under a tree sometimes, and I'll get bird doo-doo on it, and that's why I carry my instant detailer supplies with me. So as soon as I see any bird doo-doo or anything like that, I'm going to instantly spray it, let it soak in, let the instant detailer soak in, and I'm just going to wipe it off. And so, you know, it's that simple. The only places, again, to worry would be around the wheels, down the lower part of the car, you know, where the tires are splashing up dirt and rock or mud and stuff onto the paint. And in those cases, in those places, you just need to be extra careful with making sure you're not rubbing too hard. But this instant detailer stuff is amazing. And again, I think that these companies that make it, I think this product is too good. And so, you know, they tell you how amazing it is, and then but they still want you to try, you know, want you waxing and using all the different washes and polishes and sealers and all this stuff. And I don't know. I think it's just a big damn waste of money and time. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm willing to try this out. So anyways, let me know what you think. There's probably going to be a bunch of haters. But, you know, let me know. Let me know what you do. And let me know if you got an easier way to clean things, or if you have any problem spots or whatnot. My biggest problem spots were the rims. But again, I think the speed brush and using the instant detailer, you know, washing them first and then doing the instant detailer is the key to doing those. And I think everything else is pretty easy. So again, let me know. Let me know what you think. Later.